This is Prashant Mokshya. Welcome to everyone. Today, I want to talk about education, especially the formal education. If you study the life of the greatest human being even born in this earth, greatest entrepreneur born in this earth, greatest businessman, greatest scientist born in this earth, if you read their story, or if you read their memoir, or if you read the lines, if you read their saying regarding the formal education, then you will pretty understand what is the reality of formal education on today's generation or today's humanity. Is formal education really helping people to be more knowledgeable, or it is making a puppet of the social conscience, social prejudice conscience? That is the question we need to discuss today. Once Einstein said, if you had a degree and you don't have a virtue of the knowledge, then that degree is just equivalent to a rotten paper. Because education should bring virtue in you, education should bring knowledge in you, education should change your life. If education cannot change your life, the way you live, if you have a degree and that degree doesn't change your life before you had the degree, if you are no more a different person than before you had a degree, then that degree is meaningless. We do not study, the society do not discover education for the sake of job. To do a job, education is not needed. That is proven fact. We have many technical stuff that do not need a formal education. You can learn, you can train yourself or in a training institute and be a job and get a job. But the core message of education, formal education, is to make you more literate, to make you more knowledgeable to the fact of life, to the fact of humanity, to the fact of society. Now the question remains is, has this formal education really helped to enhance the knowledge, enhance the wisdom of human being, or it is just a formality to have you do have a degree, you have a master's degree, and you are formally, you are eligible for to do some job? Is that just a formal paper? Is that just a formal recognition? We need to understand, every great mind, if you read their life, they say there is one thing in common. The common thing is, you do not need a formal education to be a great mind, to be a successful person. Take a life of any successful being, from Steve Jobs to Einstein. Einstein has a PhD in science, but he always said that this formal education is ruining the people, the humanity as a whole. If you know, in his batch, he was the fifth in his group among the 5 students who are pursuing the PhD in his college. He had failed many entrants in Swiss Polytechnic, where he was pursuing his degree. So he was not a bright student in an academic fashion, but he became one of the greatest minds ever. Like that, the Steve Jobs, who later formed a company which is now one of the most valuable, or it is the most valuable company in the world, named Apple. He was college dropout. Many guys, like the guy who found Google, were also college dropout. Even now a great entrepreneur named Jack Ma, who had found Alibaba, who had established Alibaba, which is like one of the giant online business venture, he is also like uneducated. He hasn't had a high degree from a bigger university. So what do you understand from that? We need to know that the education you are pursuing nowadays cannot ensure you. That doesn't mean leave the education system, drop out. You need to have courage to do so. But if you are pursuing our education, don't be confident, don't be sure that it is safe-handed that when you have a degree, you will have a greater career, you will have a greater future, brighter future. That this education system doesn't ensure. So what is wrong in our education system? Let's understand that. The only thing, the major thing that is going wrong in our education system is the way we teach person. The way we try to teach a person is one of the worst things going throughout our education system. That's why many people say, if you are doing MBA, Master in Business Administration, then there is a high chance you will fail in like a manager act, because the prejudice, the burden it brings, the knowledge has brought to a person, and the knowledge that has jailed a person in a confinement of prejudice, that is not evolving. If a knowledge cannot evolve, if a knowledge pattern cannot evolve a person, and if it entangle you in a jail, in a nexus, then that will stop your growth. Doing so, as the consciousness of the humanity, as the consciousness of cosmic phenomena is evolving, every day the nuances of the knowledge are changing. And the very moment you understand this, if you are not changing with respect to the nuances of the gradual evolution of the knowledge, then you are missing the way. So it's better not to be like confined in a certain walls by your degree than not having a knowledge and being a freelance study and doing a freelance study to yourself. If you do so, it needs a courage, that's for sure. You need to be more courageous, because like it is out of the track of the society. There is a minimum consensus that to be a successful, at least you need a degree. That is the normal consciousness in the society. So if you want to be out of the track of the society, then you need to like revolt. You need to revolt to the consciousness. You need to revolt to the general frame of mind of society. That is very risky. You need a courageous being. But if you cannot be courageous to take such a step, such a mundane step, then how can you deserve to be the greatest person in the humanity or a successful person? If you cannot give a risk, if you cannot take a risk of such a small thing, it's not a big thing, because when you get successful, when you get paid off by your courage, by your devotion, and by your revolt, that the action you took against the society is very mundane, because the very moment you get successful, people again start to like celebrate you. It's like very unique society. At first they tell you anything. If you do not follow them, then they start to criticize you, they start to like trash you in a very rash way. But going through that harassment and trashing, if you evolve as a successful person, same society will come to you and praise you. And the achievement you will get after that success is pretty high, pretty huge, because even you will turn to be a god at that time. So like Steve Jobs is called by entrepreneur god by many people, but same Steve Jobs was criticized was thrashed by his colleague, by the current society, thinking that how could a computer, how could a mobile phone can be so expensive. The expensive stuff Steve Jobs was developing was thrashed by everybody. But now, same Apple iPhone is one of the greatest product ever seen by the information technology or always today's generation. It is one of the greatest product. People feel like glorious. People feel like very joyful when they acquire, when they have any product from the Apple. They feel like they are rich when they feel like they have something of very valuable when they have a product from the Apple, especially the iPhone. Why does that happen? Because the conviction at that time, the consciousness at that time is against the Steve Jobs frame of mind. But he fought very hard. He continued his passion through the devotion and his courage, and now you can see the result. So like if you do not have courage to revolt against such a small conscience, it's a big deal when you are going to revolt. But in a larger way, if you say it is not a big deal, it's a very small deal. And if you do not have courage to revolt against such a petty thing, then you doesn't deserve to be the successful person. That's the final thing. So the education system nowadays, or the education system has been continuing, is focused on the result of the exams, of the what happens when you completed that degree, in what sort of job you get posted after that degree determines how successful your degree was. But education never was for a job. That is the fallacy we are going through and our society is teaching us. Being a person, being a human being of 21st century, we need to understand the nuances of education. Education is always to make you more knowledgeable, to make you more, to fill you with more wisdom, and to make you more conscious human being. If it is making you puppet, then that education system is rotten. That is of no meaning. So you must have courage. You must have that strength to revolt if you want to be a successful. And there is another way also. You can continue that degree. Still, you must understand this degree is taking you nowhere. Don't be sure that after completing your degree, it will give you a successful life. If so, then millions of people will get passed out everywhere in the world every year. Still, they can be counted in finger who are successful in today's time. Why that is happening? And most of the people who are successful are college dropout. So the ratio of degree pass out and the ratio of being successful is pretty low today's time. And in reverse to that, the ratio of being college dropout and being successful is very high. Though there is a risk, like you may get disentangled, you may get dissuaded in while you leave a college, while you drop out from a college. So I do not suggest you immediately drop out from a college, but develop a conscience, develop a wisdom, and think about it. Be rational where your education system is taking you. If you are in right track, if you are pursuing a degree and yet you are going through your own journey, you are no more the puppet of education system and social conscience, then you are in a right track. No need to drop out from the college. But if you are fully indulged in the puppetness of parroting the knowledge written by other, then you are in a wrong track, that you are destroying your life. So wake up. That's what I want to say. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Thank you very much.